We've been married going on 19 years this month. Our neighbors mentioned that they go to the church right here close to us, so we thought we'd give it a try. And the first time we came, we kind of found a connection, a really strong connection to the Word that day in the sermon. And we just wanted to keep coming back. We wanted to have a better, closer relationship with God. And we felt that we were actually hearing, what we maybe have listened to before in the gospel. But we were actually hearing how it applies to our lives, and it just made a lot of sense to us. And we kept coming back. And so we're really happy that we're here.
We have been at the Foundry 10 months now. When I started coming to the Foundry, I was in a very dark place. My mom had just passed, and I felt very alone. I started to isolate. We were just trying to find a new church home and somewhere where we could connect and get close to God.
We realized that we're living a life, both of us, that wasn't really good for our children. And we started to reflect a little bit about what's gone wrong, in our life, because it's gone so fast. You could say we were living a fast life. I think both of us didn't really like what we saw, in terms of drifting away from God. Our lives seemed like they were fine. There was something missing. And that what was missing is that I guess we both felt we weren't living our lives the way God intended us to live. And so that connection is something we were really looking for.
The small group that we joined here at the Foundry, we found a lot of support in. A couple of months ago, I was not having a very good day, and Edward and I came to church, and I just got very emotional. I started to cry, and as soon as I walked out, one of the ladies from our support group was there. She just held me, she hugged me tight, didn't ask me any questions, and she just let me cry. I felt very touched and thankful that she was there, and it's been a great support.
So I've seen our faith grow as a result of the church and the support groups in the church in many ways. I think first off, understanding the Word more, and those sermons really resonating with not only God's will, but how it applies to our lives. And then, joining a group to where we're meeting people that actually mean something in our lives, that we quickly identify the love from the group, and the willingness to listen, the willingness to want to pray together, the willingness to want to share their stories and listen to our stories. Really, really just makes you want to connect with God more and find out what you can do to help other people. It's been clear since we've joined the church and been participating in the smaller groups that God works through people. And I really look forward to just developing more relationships within the church and outside of the church, meaningful relationships.
Since my baptism, I've experienced that I now have God's armor to help me with struggles.
I was one of the types of people that like to control my future and plan for my future, and whenever something's uncertain, I would panic. I think becoming closer to God gives me, faith, putting it in God's hands, and it's really helped me, evolve into somebody that can be more helpful and not just be, nervous and anxious all the time.
We found that connection that you don't get everywhere. So I think God brought us to Jersey Village to
maybe so.
find the Foundry.